Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting. Yeah, I saw this show. I took my kids and my niece to see it.
Katy Perry?
Yeah, to see Katy Perry.
She's the best, dude. I don't know why I'm so hung up on her.
I didn't even recognize her as a xenomorph.
She's super talented, by the way. But
she is super talented.
So a friend of mine plays drums for her.
You're talking about her boobs, right?
And I was going to talk about her boobs, yeah. No, but my friend didn't play boobs for her. He played
Did he play
drums.
the drums on her boobs?
He says he didn't, but I don't know. You know,
I mean, if Russell Brand could do it.
You never know about that shit. Anyway, I don't know. You
I
guys
could do
are
it with Russell Brand.
So my name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies. I'm going to go ahead and warn you. Rich has had a long week, and he's already been drinking tonight. He's on his fourth beer.
I've had more beers before we started than I normally have in the entire podcast.
That's true. And then Will is getting over being sick, so he's like now feeling good or whatever. And both of them are just basically trying to derail fucking everything I say.
That's what makes it hilarious.
It's like Casey times 28 in here, and she's not even participating yet. Like she's still over.
You keep saying we've got our groove, and you also keep saying that we keep derailing you.
I know,
so
but
our groove must be.
Here's the thing: like
you.
once you interrupt my story, though, then like act like you're paying attention to the story again.
What's that?
So with me as always is Rich. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great.
Long week. Do you want to like even give a brief description of what happened, or do you really fucking care?
But have you heard this thing called cupping?
Yeah, it's like the thing where you like go to the.
Is that when you grab the balls?
The massage guy or whatever, and he does like the cup on. It pulls the skin up and it like pulls it up.
Have you
into,
ever
like,
seen this happen?
It's not like that weird little thing that like supposed to catch your period.
I've had it done to me before.
All right. Oh, have you?
Yeah, Creepy Jason at the old gym did that shit to me.
So I had it done
that
to me.
That guy cupped a lot of people.
That's fucking true.
So I had a problem with my shoulder. Like my shoulder had some inflammation, and so the Russian pulled out her black magic from fucking Russia,
right,
and did cupping on me.
Yeah,
I assumed she was gonna walk downstairs with this little suction cup and do it all over my back. No. Right. It's a whole fucking container of glass bulbs with varying sizes.
Yeah.
She opens up the container. There's this giant black sharp knife in the middle. And I'm laying on my stomach as she's going to do this. And she's waving around it. I'm like, what are you doing with that?
Right.
She pulls out a lighter, lights it on fire after she sprayed a little lighter fluid on it. We're in her fucking house.
She's sterilizing it.
No, she's not sterilizing.
She's making it hot.
No, first of all, I don't give a fuck.
I used to do that whenever I used to do
doing.
piercings in the boys' bathroom.
Did she literally cut your balls off?
She lit the knife on fire. She's waving it around.
Okay.
And we're in a house.
Was
First of all,
was
no
that just
open
for
flames.
Show?
Yeah. Anyway, so she takes one of the
How
glass
does it feel?
bulbs.
How does it feel trying to tell a story and nobody lets you fucking tell the story?
It feels terrible.
Right? Okay, so just remember that.
So she sticks this giant flaming knife into the bulb real quick.
Yeah.
And then shoves the bulb on my back. And I guess it does the air compression.
It sucks out the oxygen, and then it's trying to get the oxygen back in there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it has.
It's fucking science. That was a perfectly good fucking explanation.
Right, and then so I've got all these bulbs on my back for a little while, right? And then she pulls them off eventually, and they're all red circles like Michael Phelps when he swam.
Yeah.
So I felt.
Is that what you looked like?
Yeah,
like
I look
Michael Phelps.
I look just
Really?
like Michael Phelps.
No shit.
Just like him.
I've been dieting. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a fucking hell of a jaw.
But
I didn't smoke the pot, though.
Did you ask her why a knife?
I have no idea.
Now, was all of this just an excuse for her to get a penis pump on you? Because that's what it sounds like. I'm going to be honest. Like, she's like basically putting penis pumps all over you. Did one go on your ding ding?
No.
Or was her mom home? Were you at her house?
mom was home.
Yeah.
Her mom does it to her.
Is that
back
weird?
All the time.
Like, do you guys like have to go? Like, mom,
No,
we're
her
going.
mom- her
are you like,
mom-
mom, we're going up to the room?
No. We go to my house, but her mom is awesome.
I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant at all.
That's not what you meant?
No, I
That's
just
not what
mean
you
like
What we're
fucking.
asking is, did she cut the balls?
You know, it's like back in the fucking in high school. You know, like just, we're going up to watch Martin. You know, whatever.
And then you stop and listen for the noise.
No, her mom is awesome. We hang out and.
What do you call her? Do
bullshit
you
with
call her mama?
I don't really call her. Her name is Rhea. I don't really call her anything.
You say, "Hey, you."
I just give her hugs and say hi.
Can we call her Rhea the Russian?
I guess.
Well,
Is
let's
she
come up with
Russian?
names for everybody.
Yeah, Mama.
Oh no,
Russian?
wait, she's not Russian, right? She's Filipino.
Ukrainian.
Oh, Ukrainian. Oh wow.
Filipino.
I've met a bunch of strippers in New York that
There,
are
I mean, they
Ukrainian.
consider themselves Russian. Actually, I asked her because my mom asked because they, lived in Uzbekistan. She goes, "Do they consider themselves Russian?" And I asked her mom that question, and she said, "It depends on who we're with. If we're with Muslims, we're Muslims. If we're with Russians, we're Russians. If we're with Jewish people, we're Jewish. It's like just whoever they're with, that's who they
what
are.
they
Because
are.
they have, they're part Jewish, they're part Muslim, they're
Right,
part,
sure.
If
Yeah,
they're
it's
with
melting.
Trump, they're Americans.
That's right.
That's
God
right.
damn it.
Well, it's good to see you, buddy, and I'm glad you have. I'm glad that we could be here and have a night off of your insane week. And you got it's Mother's Day weekend, so hopefully you get to hang out with your mom. Oh wait, is your mom on her trip now, or
We're going to hang out with her next weekend.
did you discuss the towel?
No, I'm not bringing up the
Okay.
towel to my mom.
Not gonna bring that up. Okay, that's fine. My lovely wife Casey is here,
Hello.
and Casey hugged her chiropractor. We talked about that in the pre-show.
I hugged the shit out of my chiropractor today.
So if you're a
On
Patreon
accident.
supporter, you can go listen to part of that story. But I forgot to record the rest of it because that's what seems to be my new MO. You know, we've got a busy weekend planned. Does it seem like the last few weeks have been just crazy right? It's been nuts around here.
Speaking of Casey, did you see the Balls to Jesus artwork that Joel Robinson did?
Balls to Jesus, what?
He posted an album cover with a big Jesus holding its hands out with an explosion behind it, carrying two basketballs, and it said "Balls, big number 2, Jesus," and it was like parental advisory, and it was
No, I didn't see
It
that.
had a quote on it. It said, "This band can shred" by Jaret.
I didn't see that. That's funny.
It was amazing.
That's fucking insane.
If you haven't seen it, go on our True Romance post,
Right.
and it's in the comment section. It's brilliant.
Oh, that's
Nice.
amazing. Yes. I loving just like all of the interaction that's going on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Like, and everybody's making friends, and we're all just talking about the movie all week, and very, very cool. I feel so bad about the Rod and James thing, by the way, of not recording him. It's like, turns out it was like his favorite movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the fucking
Favorite.
worst.
Yeah.
You're not the best.
Kitty Corner Will is here. My neighbor, my Kitty Corner neighbor Will, the Golden Boy, the King of Sting, the Scoff of Cough, the glorious Cold Haver. Now you went to the doctor. They said it's not allergies,
It's not allergies.
and so it's some sort
What
of
is it?
virus.
She said it was some sort of viral cough, probably, and I could have it for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So she gave me some antibiotic
She's making
for some
shit
reason,
up, dude.
and
Yeah.
I haven't shit solid for like 4
Is this the
days.
same
Oh, no.
girl that had her tiny little pinky up your ass?
No, this is my allergist. She's
Oh.
wonderful.
That was a girl named Allison. You're like all
Oh,
fucked
my
up.
bad.
Dude.
No,
Yeah.
she was a Filipino doctor in Midland, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Now, so Linus, my best friend, gets this weird cough twice a year that he keeps for like 6 weeks, and it's this like just
I used
crazy,
to get that all the time.
dry,
Yeah, that
just
was what I got
annoying
all the
cough.
time.
So I started taking this new medication, and it's given that to me. And so I get about 3 times a day. I just have this like dry cough fit, and it's the worst because
It's so annoying.
it's so annoying. But I mean,
I haven't had it in a few years, but for like 5 years, I used to get 2 times a year.
Yeah.
Just dry cough.
Yeah, it's
Right.
terrible.
So we are Skyping in with Tim Toole, my neighbor,
Oh, yeah.
this week, which is exciting. Tim, I mean, how did you even get down here so quickly? Like, it seemed like you were just in
Go
Seattle.
to fucking Quick Trip.
No, it seems like you were in Seattle like just yesterday, right?
No, all you got to do is go on the internet, go to Google, search memes.
Okay. Well, dude, you made good time. I mean,
Probably not.
no, I mean, you really did.
No.
You made great. I mean, I swear to God, you had to have left yesterday. Anyway, it's good. It's good to fucking have you here on Skype. You're going to join us for the whole show. And
I felt like a kid watching this for the first time.
okay, cool. Well,
You guys are assholes.
Tim's back for real. Tim's back in
I'm
the
back.
studio. So, Tim Toy Neighbor, our first like actual character on the show,
That's right.
and Tim is moving to Seattle. You've been up there working now for months. How long has it been?
Almost 5 months.
God, that seems
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, 5 months.
It's been 5 months.
Yeah.
Seems like it's just been a few weeks. Damn it.
Are you digging it?
I love it up there. It's
Yeah.
amazing. The weather.
The politics.
Well, I'm supposed to tell everyone that the weather sucks. It rains, 9 months out of the year. It's
Right.
don't ever go visit during the summer.
Oh, they don't want us to come. That's like their defense.
Is that
mechanism.
what all the locals say to say? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much.
So when it comes to where Tim lives, where he actually lives, I'm fucking jealous as hell because I'm the biggest David Lynch fan and I'm the hugest Twin Peaks nerd.
Right.
He fucking lives right where they filmed that shit.
Oh, wow.
Like the mountains in the show, the hotel that is in the show. He lives like right fucking there.
That's
Me
super
and
cool.
Jaret are,
Like
big
walking
Twin Peaks
distance.
fans.
What's the city?
We are. Yeah, we love that
It's
restaurant.
Snoqualmie, Washington. It's basically the last city before you go up to the pass. There's one more city. It's called North Bend. That's where they shot Harry and the Hendersons. That was
Oh
all
yeah,
shot in there.
very cool movie.
Is it? Which direction is it, and how far away from like Seattle proper?
So I'm about 20 miles east.
East. Okay.
Northeast.
Northeast.
And now, have you already bought a house?
That's Canada, by the way.
I'm trying to. So I'm trying to fill out the area a little bit.
Right.
So I got a house, and
Because the family's coming up in about 3 weeks.
in about 3 weeks. So we got a house. He wants to sell it, but I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to buy yet. I want to feel things out, kind of
So
thing.
you're renting it?
I'm renting it right
Sweet.
now. But he had it up for sale, and I'm like, I like your house, blah 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 blah. But I don't know. And he was like, well, why don't we do this? Why don't you rent it out?
Nice.
And we'll figure things out.
So you're doing a rent to own?
well,
Well, not yet.
A possible rent to own.
yeah, he's going to give me an option to buy it if I want to.
Nice.
Is that
So-
how all the kids wear their headphones in Seattle?
No, that's how I wear it.
I'm just kidding.
It's just I feel better if I hear you guys for real instead of in the.
I get that. Yeah, I take an ear off when I sing, which is a thing. I like to hear it in the room.
It's terrifying.
Oh my God. Son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. I don't even know. Like, I feel like the wheels are. Jesus.
Don't cut it off.
Well, it's good to see you, Tim, and
Thank you.
we're glad you're here. Glad everybody could listen in this week. We are talking about the movie Alien from 1979. I want to say huge thank yous for sharing our Facebook posts, because sharing is caring. Marco Molina, Shui Hurst, Sarah Hirsch. Oh, wow, are they related?
I think they're husband and wife.
Oh, my goodness. Thanks, guys. Joel Robinson, Ashley C., who wrote me, like, the nicest message this week. It was super, super nice, and I want to say she is one of the good ones for real. Angie Thorin, right. Wendy Croft, Rod on James, Person Carr, Ronnie Clement, Sean Umbeck, and Fiona Freeman. Fiona Freeman also runs the Bowling for Soup fan page.
Yeah, she shares it every week to the fan page. So
And that the fan page is super cool. Even if you're not like the biggest Bowling for Soup fan in the world, but you're like somebody that likes us and keeps up to what we're doing, it's a cool community because it's a lot of good information and people who like dig the same kind of music you do, and shows that they went to, and everybody talks about that stuff, and super cool. So go check out the Bowling for Soup fan page on Facebook. Our new supporters this week are $5 supporter Michael Neagle, And a $20 supporter, oh man, Braden Hazel. Yeah, very cool.
Thank you, Brad.
Chris Holt freaking upped his pledge from $20 to $50 and will now start joining us for 5 questions, which is
How
great.
awesome is that?
Our list of people who get to do 5 questions is super cool. And let's not forget too, if you pledge $1 a month, it gives you access to the outtakes
For that
and to
week, yep.
extra content. What is it? $3, $5?
$5 for the
Everything.
archive.
Yeah, archives, all of the extra content. Our executive producers, and by the way, I do want to say we love our Patreon supporters, but you can also help if you don't want to support the thing and you don't want to do the Patreon thing, totally get it, whatever. Just go give us a good review, like our pages,
Share it.
but subscribe on iTunes or on whatever it is that you're listening to and through. That would be fucking fantastic. Our executive producers are David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, who just graduated.
Congrats.
So this will be a week late, but congratulations, Sheila Ray
Will she
Wonder.
have more time? Could she do 5 questions now?
I don't know. I'm not.
Because
no.
she pays for 5 questions. She doesn't ever do it.
Right.
Because she just doesn't have time.
Well, she's just the best. Yeah. Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, Rodon James, Eddie Weiss, ColonBlowBand.com, Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, who you will hear from for the first time.
Yep.
We've actually connected with him for 5 questions
Yep.
later on in the show. Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, Tyler McCullough, Abby Borden, Mark Ryan, Swee Hurst, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, and Braden Hazel, our new guy. Give it up for our executive producers, everybody. Anyway, we're talking about Alien, 1979 version. I remember seeing this. I don't remember where. I mean, I really honestly think that my parents took me to see this shit in the movies.
Parent of the year.
Yeah. And I mean, they took me to see a bunch of fucked up shit. But Alien 19...
Only because you asked.
No, I mean, well, an older brother who wanted to go see stuff. So, Alien, 1979. After a space merchant vessel perceives an unknown transmission as a distress call, its landing on the source moon finds one of the crew attacked by a mysterious life form, and they soon realize that its life cycle has merely begun.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's very complex.
Right. God damn, there's a lot going on there.
Mine's a little easier.
Now, I'm certain that you have a synopsis.
I do.
Okay.
Alien. A being from outer space searches for the perfect place to take a nap, but gets disturbed by a bunch of white people and one badass motherfucker that don't take no jive.
That is super racist.
Oh my God. What just happened?
Rich is drunk.
And a cat.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
A cat.
Yeah, and a
fucker.
cat.
And a robot.
Drink another beer, Rich.
The poor fucking cat is just like, it's basically people bait. It's like everybody that follows the goddamn cat is history right away. We'll talk about the cast real quick. Tom Skerritt plays the singer of the country band Alabama in this movie, which I thought was really, really great to see him, Go on, take me down.
I saw that in your notes. I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about.
He looks just like it.
He
It's
does.
so crazy.
He fucking totally does. That bushy beard.
Yeah, but we know Tom Skerritt, of course, from Top Gun that we've talked about here, but, movie after movie.
Casey,
What?
you didn't do the whole, I totally get it now.
No, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Tom Skerritt,
No,
the guy
no
with
idea.
the beard. Did you watch the movie?
No, I watched the movie. I know who he is in the
He was in the movie Contact.
He was
that we
in
also
Top
did a
Gun. He
podcast
was the
for.
instructor in Top Gun.
I didn't see Top Gun.
What are you
I don't
trying to
like Tom
lead her to
Cruise
say?
movies.
I don't think she was
She
paying
usually
attention.
goes, I totally get young Tom Skerritt. Like she does all.
I don't say that specifically ever.
Not.
I see what he's saying. Like, you can't set people up for their own bits, Rich.
And I don't get it.
I'm just.
That's a fail.
Okay, so Sigourney Weaver is also in the movie. She plays Ripley, which I thought was actually a really cool name. You just could never name your kid that anymore.
Yeah, believe it or not.
The story
Because-
behind all their names is they made them gender neutral so they could cast a man or woman. In the
Interesting.
Interesting.
And they hadn't intended to make her a woman.
Interesting.
That is super. I really didn't
Was
like.
that her name or was that her last name?
It's all their last names.
All right, Sigourney Weaver, who of course we know from Ghostbusters as the is she the gatekeeper or the keymaster?
Working girl.
Yeah, that was a good one.
She's Zool.
Oh, she is Zool. That's right. Veronica Cartwright plays Lambert. I didn't really look, but she's a really busy actress.
Yeah.
Harry Dean Stanton plays Brett. He was the dad in Pretty in Pink.
Mm-hmm.
And just basically always looks like he's dirty.
He's going to be in the new Twin Peaks show
And drunk.
starting this Sunday.
He honestly looks like a guy that needs a shower all the time. I mean, it's
You
just
definitely need some lotion.
John Hurt plays Kane, the guy who the alien comes out of him.
Every movie that guy's in, doesn't he die? Like every single movie.
Well, he died in real life, so if they made a movie,
No, every single movie I've seen that guy in,
and
he freaking dies.
he definitely died in his autobiographical movie.
He does
For
he
sure.
He does not die in Doctor Who. He just keeps regenerating.
Every single time that I hear about the person that the alien comes out of the stomach and then they say the name,
John
I
Hurt.
think it's the guy from The Village.
William Hurt?
William
William
Hurt.
Hurt.
Okay, because I don't know what the Village is, but I think the same thing. I
I
get
always
those two
think William
mixed up.
Hurt is the guy that
He's
they
in
comes out of the stomach.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
William Hurt was in.
He's been all kinds of shit.
He was at
Avengers.
his big one was well, I mean, like the first time I remember him is they go in the funeral and they're and Glenn Close is naked in the shower and she cries about The Big Chill.
Oh, the Big
So
Chill.
William Hurt's kind of like
So-
the fuck up.
So the guy not in this movie.
right, that's who we're talking about. Yeah, yeah. Well, if you know that he's not in The Big Chill, he doesn't die in The Big Chill, so it's not John Hurt, it's William.
Yes.
And John Hurt just died.
Yes.
We did Contact like right after he died.
We did, and I didn't realize just how much stuff he had done. I didn't know
my
that he
God,
was in
so
Harry
much, yeah.
Potter.
His
and,
voice is amazing.
yeah, very cool.
He's the War Doctor in Doctor Who.
So this Doctor Who thing is taken off. People like that.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I watched a couple episodes.
It's good fun.
It was okay.
So Ian Holm plays Ash. I recognize him.
He's
for,
Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, yes!
Oh.
Lord of
yep.
the Rings.
Oh,
I know
see,
that
I
one.
wouldn't know that, but I definitely know his face from
Bilbo
other
Baggins.
shit. But I definitely didn't get that. Now, Yaphet Kotto plays Parker. He's the African American guy who, by
He's
the way,
badass motherfucker.
By the way, that motherfucker's standing next to
Yeah.
Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It looks like he's a professional wrestler or something.
Right.
But I just could not put it together, and I was just, well, it's just got to be because it's the 70s, but what do I know him from?
James Bond.
No, I know him from being the chief on Homicide: Life on the Street, which was
Yeah.
that series that had like Bletzer, the comedian or whatever. Ice-T was on it for a couple of before he went over to the other thing.
He was in James Bond: Live or Let Die.
Who are you trying to think of?
The comedian.
Oh, Richard Belzer.
Belzer, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Then there's a couple of other. You know what? We've actually talked about all of the cast, but two people. There's a guy that's listed, Bully Badejo.
He's the alien.
He's the alien, and then Helen Horton is the voice of Mother.
Oh,
And
wow.
That's all of them.
I don't remember the
That's
computer.
it.
I don't remember the computer talking.
She talks a lot at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, she's like
She's
counting and things like that.
5 minutes to self-destruct.
Yeah, so she doesn't. I don't think she starts talking until that actually gets activated. But so I, the funny thing is that me and Casey were talking about this movie. Like we intentionally didn't watch it last night because she was very uninterested in watching it at all. And I
And
think
today.
part of that was, because she doesn't like sci-fi.
I'm sorry, is that weird noise you're making me get me a beer?
Yeah, Rich would like a beer.
I don't understand that.
It's
Rich's deal.
so anywho, so we're sitting there and so this morning I'm just like, baby, we just got to do it. Let's just rip it off like a Band-Aid, watch it. So that way we're not trying to watch it with kids at home or whatever. So so it comes up and I'm like, oh, this is 79. And I'm like, holy Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's 10, 20, 30, 40. It's fucking 40 years ago.
2 years after Star Wars.
I go, this is like me being your age and watching fucking Casablanca. She
I
goes,
probably
yeah.
would've done better
Probably
with
worse.
Casablanca.
And right after I did that, the fucking Warner Brothers sign goes, dun, 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 and it's just a really old and just grainy and like just terrible. And we both like just died laughing.
And then I fell asleep.
And
for
then
the
she
first
fell asleep.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
were
Well, the
nothing
beginning
happened.
of this movie is real snoozy, for sure.
It's
I can
slow
vouch for
moving.
that.
So this
it's
movie,
very 2001-ish.
Yeah.
Look, so-
which is an inspiration for the movie. He said 2001, Star Wars, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre were his inspirations for this.
Wow.
well, I think that the thing that you have to remember is, and as I was watching the opening scene is that it, this shit's cool. Switches with lights and these doors that close, and it's all of this. I mean, it was just trying to set up just how far technologically advanced they were during this time whenever this movie is made. So it was supposed to blow our fucking minds, you know? And that seems to be what they were trying to set up. But yes, long fucking intro, something that I don't think would fly today.
I found it interesting that in 2166, which is when this is supposed to take place, every time a character shows up on the CRT screen, there's a clickety noise.
Right. Yeah.
Is there like some sort of mechanical fucking card file back there that they're...
Well, I mean, more importantly, I've got a serious question. Can you smell anything right now? Because I farted 3 minutes ago. No one said a word.
Oh, good for you.
So will you admit my farts do not smell?
Your farts don't smell right now.
Okay, then. There we go.
I mean, I don't know. I fart in the car all the time.
Your car smells super farty.
I know, but I do fart in the car a lot. And I mean, literally 90% of the time, she doesn't say anything. And I wait for it.
You know what? In space, no one hears you fart.
There's no chance that 90% of the time I don't say anything.
Case, all I do is just fart the whole time we're in the car.
I just fart the whole time we live our life together. That's all.
True. That is very true.
I don't know how you're the one with pink eye.
If we were living our lives together, you wouldn't smell my farts.
Probably would still smell Jaret's.
Yeah, but also, and also, if you were living your lives together, you would be joining John Hurt in the land of the dead because she would fucking kill you.
That's probably true.
That is true.
Or hug him. I don't know.
Yeah, hug me awkwardly.
Awkward side hugs.
Some of you may have figured out we're not home yet. We're only halfway there. What? Mother's interrupted the course of our journey.
Why?
Yeah. She's programmed to do that should certain conditions arise. They have.
Like what?
Seems she has intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
A transmission? Out here?
Yeah.
What kind of a transmission?
Acoustical beacon that repeats at intervals of 12 seconds.
SOS?
I don't know.
Human?
Unknown.
Well, I mean, fucking obviously it's not human. And here's the thing. So we get into this whole thing where it's like we're bringing back whatever this is we've been mining, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
Collecting this
so.
shit.
It's basically a space tugboat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're bringing this thing back that's been collecting all of this stuff, right? And I to be honest, I'm 100% with Parker and
Lewis?
Brett.
Oh.
It's like, sure, just fucking pay us.
Right.
And this conversation opens with, hey man, you know, like what's the bonus structure and yada yada. And he's
keep talking about
well, he's
that.
being a dick, and he's just like, you'll get what you were contracted for. And then it's like, and by the way, we're gonna go explore this planet and try to see some shit. But Ash is weird from the beginning. It's I was mad at myself for not picking it out sooner. You know, like I just thought, because Ash is just there for the science.
Yeah, he's weird and fidgety.
And just weird and fidgety. But the fact that he would be like, well, it's in your contract and yada, yada, yada. And then the other guy's just the owner of the vessel. To me, I'm like, dude, we're fucking 11 months from home. Like, let's just say we don't fucking hear it anymore. But I guess they don't have any control over it.
I totally thought about, like, on Earth, ships on sea. They probably have that same rule. But I wonder if they go, we're going to be late with our cargo if we detour and go check whatever this is out.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess
let's
that's
just pretend like we didn't fucking see that and let's
by
just keep
the
going.
way, fucking
Roadhouse.
dude, what a fucking fantastic point by Richard Cubitt Sanchez Coleman today.
Because Mother picked up the signal. Mother is talking back to home. And
so they know.
And the company's like, fucking go check that out. We want that shit.
Well, that's such a fantastic point. It's like if you watch Deadliest Catch, for example, it's like we've got to get, if we don't get this stuff back, we lose $30,000.
Right.
And we can only do this 6 times a year. And we've got to feed all these people or whatever. But if they're like, hey, we've got a distress call on some island, you just go.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, that's where you go. But I mean, I don't know. At least I think the difference is on Earth. At least you know it's a fucking human being or whatever. You know, like this is just like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That could be fucking rocks hitting a goddamn fucking plate tectonic up on a fucking.
One thing I can never put my finger on is
a vagina.
I am gonna get there. But the one thing I couldn't figure out is in this world, in the future, in 2166, have they run into extraterrestrial life?
Yeah, I thought that
Or
was
is this
weird,
the
too.
first
Because
one?
they didn't
Because they
react.
weren't acting that. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a skeleton and a thing. Like, you think you'd be like, holy shit.
Right.
Yeah, it's some kind of
So the-
extraterrestrial.
So maybe yes, or I couldn't tell.
I would think yes,
Well-
because I would have been freaking the fuck out.
I will fucking tell you when he has the thing off the guy's face and is cutting into it. He says they're telling him like throw this off the fucking ship, get rid of this, and he's like, we have never seen anything like this up close.
Well, like that.
Okay, no, that's what I'm saying. I obviously maybe there's been contact made or whatever,
They're
but
very casual about it.
everything did seem super casual.
Yeah.
They're like, alien technology.
Oh,
Look at this
that's
guy
very
on this
much-
weird gun thing.
And the other two dudes are just like, hey, give us some fucking money.
Yeah. Did you see all the lights inside the control room?
Yeah.
When he was in there talking to mom? Like
Right.
there was a lot of lights. Like I don't
Right.
think that was a very
It's for ambiance.
it was a very 1970s view of the future.
Right.
Where they thought everything was a lot more complex.
Right.
Right.
Look at how many
When-
lights there are. It's a big
Well,
computer.
actually, to be honest, I thought that because that's the
When the-
room that he would go in and just chill for a second. No, I'm being serious. Like I felt like it was. At first, I thought you're right. It's a thing at a '70s skating rink where people go in and do secret fucking. But then I thought to myself, I mean, that's where he's like relaxing or whatever. And there are like hypnotic patterns or whatever of lights and like lights to get you in certain moods or whatever.
You
and
think
that's-
they're all mood lighting?
No. I'm saying like from
Like
a
they're doing it
psychological
in a skating
standpoint.
rink mood?
No, but like what I'm talking about, like the thing where we did like the one thing where we have to follow the red light with our eyes and shit when we went to that one psychologist and
Knight Rider?
yeah, that's what it was. Fucking Kit.
Wait. There's secret fucking rooms at roller skating rinks?
Well, there were when I was a kid.
Well, I was a kid at the same time you were.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I never got invited to that room.
Were you fucking skating?
Loser.
Loser.
I like skating.
Also,
No.
isn't it weird that they were all siblings? I thought that was kind of odd.
Who?
Well, they all had the same mom.
Shut up.
Oh Jesus
Shut up.
Christ!
Damn it.
Dry dock, Tom. Dry dock. Tell me to dry dock.
Look, we couldn't fix it out here anyway. We got to reroute all these ducts, and in order to do that, we've got to dry dock.
Yeah. What was going on
He had
there?
marbles in his mouth.
These two were just like fucking.
They're totally fucking around. They're just pretending like it's broken.
Just two peas in a pot. He goes.
they're bullshit.
The one
They're
dude.
typical
The one
union
dude is
workers.
just like he goes at 17 hours. The guy gets back. It's going to be at least 25 hours before we can get this thing done.
Typical.
I mean, so they touched down on this planet, and I didn't really understand.
It was like the softest landing in
Of all
history.
time,
and then everything broke.
That was it. Like
Well,
it's fucking.
because they landed on something sharp and it punctured the hole.
No, it was like a rock, and the foot kind of had to teeter a little bit.
I
It
don't
was
know.
silly. It was kind of silly.
That seemed silly.
They could have made that a lot more realistic. I think.
Here is my problem with most sci-fi space things.
They're boring, or
No.
They obviously have some sort of fucking artificial gravity on the ship, right?
yeah. Oh, right.
So they can manipulate gravity.
yeah.
Right?
Then fucking land your ship with your fucking gravity know-how.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
The fake gravity bugged me a bunch.
It always bugs me.
It bugged me a bunch that they had like cereal and beer and like none of that made any sense to me. It's like, how does that beer or whatever the can drink, it doesn't matter what's in the fucking can. How does that can survive like all of these different atmospheres that they're going through and
Pressure
all these
and-
pressure, like it just.
Well, in sci-fi,
That
if you can
seems
manipulate gravity, then
Yeah.
you should be able to do a lot of things.
But I kind of appreciate the fact that he goes, this is the future. We're going to solve this problem. The problem is solved. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. It's just solved.
But they didn't solve landing.
Yeah, that's what I had a problem with,
Yeah.
was the fucking landing.
Yeah, the landing was stupid.
It was terribly stupid.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't really even think you had to have it.
No.
I mean,
No.
they were going to go out there and
They coulda
explore
just-
it to do the thing anyway.
They could have just landed from the perspective of the inside.
Right.
We didn't need to see that thing coming down at literally like an inch a second.
I think what
Right.
I think what they needed is they needed the two mechanics to have something to do.
I get that.
Well, and they
but
had to
here's
be
the
stuck there for a little
Yeah.
bit.
But they were stuck there because fucker got that face hugger on its face.
Exactly. They were ready to go just right after that whole thing happened anyway.
Yeah, why would they even?
So the thing was, and it never became a problem again.
That's, you know what? That's absolutely
They
right.
could have completely skipped that whole part.
Perfect landing. Let's go.
Guess, so I think
they needed the two mechanics to be fixing something.
I think you needed.
I did skip that whole part because I was sleeping.
I think you needed to develop them as characters, obviously.
Yes.
So you needed something to involve them.
Did they need to
You don't.
into the story?
I think everybody should have seen the movie the way that I saw it.
They needed more people to kill, so they had to have more characters that needed to be developed.
they did need to develop them because of the fact that like you needed their personalities so that they would interact with the alien the way that they would later.
They could have just made up some problem. They didn't have to like show a problem that seemed like it wasn't a problem.
All they needed to do was when the alien bled, it bled on something important, and they had to fix that.
Boom! There it is.
I
right there.
saw the fucking movie.
Holy fucking shit! God, we have not solved the movie in so long, and we did it.
We did it.
What is the last movie that we solved?
I know
I thought about it the other day. Oh shit,
Willy Wonka. It's been a long time.
No, it hasn't been that
bit.
long.
Well, so they dry dock, right? And so as they start to walk through first of all, I do need to bring this up. This fucking smoking on the spaceship
seems like a bad idea.
It seems like the worst idea. They're pumping.
Oh, you're worried about the smoking? They got fucking flamethrowers.
Well, I'm gonna bring that up later.
Don't they have to do like special astronaut like training and like make sure you're like physically like?
Yeah,
you think you like
Apparently
shouldn't
not.
be a smoker?
Well, and also
workers.
like, isn't pure oxygen flammable
These guys are not. They're not astronauts, or they're not government. Like
they do say
space
that
people.
Again,
They
they
are-
solve these problems.
They're basically truck drivers, is what they are.
Yeah.
Jaret's opening a beer.
So then they land on the planet, and then did you guys notice like how as they're like walking through and like walking towards whatever the ship it is, how like just Blair Witch Project it got, you know, like it just looked like it's like the fucking Blair Witch Project in space. Jesus Christ, it's like, oh my God, what do you see? I don't know.
And I love that.
You know,
in 2166 video is analog. It's not digital.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah,
they've
and they
got the
conti-
wavy lines and the.
Yeah.
Right, anytime a yellow light shines on it, it fucks it up. You know, it's like you guys didn't solve that problem yet. Jesus Christ!
So a ton of the film work in this movie was shoulder cam, and Ridley Scott did all of that. So he did almost all of the camera work.
I thought this was James Cameron.
No, James Cameron did Aliens.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So they get into this area, and as you guys said, I wanted to bring this up, but they find this enormous skeleton of just like this insanely large person.
Fandom calls him the space jockey.
Right? And he's sitting like on a gun, right? Like he had been firing
some
something.
weird phallic thing. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Okay, spoiler alert for Prometheus. If you haven't seen Prometheus, I'm about to do a little spoiler here.
Okay.
Prometheus is a prequel to Alien.
Yeah.
And we find out in Prometheus, last chance, spoiler alert, turn off your radio, that is a gun aimed at Earth.
Interesting. So that's why he's so goddamn big, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's the way they navigate their space map.
No, that was a gun aimed at Earth. Is from Prometheus. I watched it like 3 times. No one.
But we all agree he was like really big, right?
He was kind of big.
Now,
Yeah, they're
did
big.
you not to spoil this, but
That's what she
in
said.
Shakespeare, if you guys like, I don't want to spoil Othello, but here's what happens. So,
Wait!
there's-
I haven't read it yet.
Okay, you know what? I'll take a
God
break from
damn
that.
it, that
So
was the best
I
joke ever.
love but I loved how they like go up to the skeleton and he goes, "Well, this is odd because it's like he exploded from the inside, like his pelvic muscles are like out
Right.
or whatever." And so we're it's foreshadowing, right, to what we're going to be seeing a little bit later. These fucking goddamn fucking leathery eggs that are coming around.
When they filmed the shot with the space jockey, Ridley Scott put his little kids in spacesuits and filmed it so the thing looked bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why do I
because
feel
the
like
thing did
leathery
look.
eggs had to have been involved in Janet Jackson's recent pregnancy?
Is she pregnant? She's like 48.
She's older than that, I thought.
Yes, Rich. Janet Jackson is pregnant and she's in her 50s.
50s?
Yeah.
That's called autism.
No. She's not autistic. She's fine.
She will be raising an autistic
What is
child.
name one Janet Jackson song? Go now. Hurry.
Rhythm Nation.
Control.
Good one. Nice.
He said it too.
Anybody else?
Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation. Good. Tim.
I don't know.
Oh, you nasty boy. No, my name ain't Baby. It's
Miss-
Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Miss you much.
What was that sitcom that she was on?
She was on Different Strokes.
Different Strokes. That's right.
Do not fucking cut any of that shit, by the way, because we just got a Different Strokes ref in there. We just got.
What was her name in Different Strokes?
Janet.
No, her real name?
Oh, no. She was Willis's.
Girlfriend.
Willis's
Charlene.
girlfriend.
Charlene.
Oh my God, how did you remember that?
Roadhouse.
Wow.
So it was Charlene and Willis, and they were on a date, and then Arnold took Tootie on the date, and that's when they went in to go get the money out of the bank, and the bank robbery happened. True story. And then we had a spinoff called
Tootie. Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. That's right. Who can sing the theme song?
Everybody.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life.
Very good. I don't have a touchscreen.
That transmission. Mother's deciphered part of it. It doesn't look like an SOS.
What is it then?
Well, it looks like a warning. I'm going to go out after them.
What's the point? I mean, by the time it takes to get there, they'll know if it's a warning or not, yes?
So this is where, again, his reaction to all of this, it's a little suspect, this Ash.
My reaction was that they had humidifiers on the top of their spacesuits, blowing up little.
It was like a nebulizer.
It was just like.
Well, what I couldn't think of, though, here's what I thought of myself, though. I did think about this. I'm like, if you're in that thing, your arms are down in this deal right there, and you're kind of and everybody has to look up to see anything, right? Mm-hmm. That motherfucker fogs up, and you don't have a mask on or whatever. You can't just wipe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just in the fog. That's it.
You're done.
I'm seeing through this fog now. Essentially, I'm blind now. Now I'm blind, and I don't see.
It seems like they had many years to solve that design flaw.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ.
But what is all the stuff going out the top? I don't understand what that is.
It's moisture.
They're exhaling.
Yeah,
But
so
they're exhaling.
Well, when we
That's how I
exhale, there's.
We did it!
What's up, dude?
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. Good to put a face to the.
We missed him
to the handle.
The first call. He was asleep and forgot, and so
The first time we were supposed to call
This is his second movie, but we missed him on the first.
But I interact with him all the time on the. He gets on the fan side.
Oh yeah, he's very active. Yeah.
Yeah. So, have you had any sleep tonight, or did you try to stay up for this thing?
No, I did go to bed after I watched the Alien film first.
Right.
Then I went to bed around 10:30ish. So I've got about 3.5 hours sleep.
Whereabouts are you from in
I was
England?
just going to ask you to try to identify.
Yeah, I could probably try to guess, but I'm.
Yeah, you should guess.
Yeah, guess.
Yes, let's hear it.
I'd have to hear you say a few more things.
All right, so keep talking.
I am close to Bath. Or Bath.
I know where Bath. I don't know. I'm terrible at this. Newcastle.
Not far from Bristol.
Bristol. Oh, so so he's almost in Wales. He's far west.
Where's Wales?
It's a whole nother thing.
I think that's in the British Isles?
Is it under Ireland?
Yeah. And so one of the things that we have to teach bands over there is
I thought Wales were in the
you have to say it's always safe to say it's good to be in the UK, but a lot of people go over there at first and make the mistake of saying it's good to be in England. Well, if you're in Wales or Scotland
or Ireland,
now, isn't the safest thing to say you're in the British Isles?
I don't know. Is British Isles acceptable?
I think so. Yeah, definitely.
We had Ron and James on about 2 months ago, and it was like a Friday night, and it was his last day of work, and he had been working. I thought the poor man was gonna die on the phone. I'm serious. Like, I've never felt so bad trying to keep somebody on the phone. I try to make it a whole thing. It's like, you're supporting the podcast, so this is part of your, of what you're supporting it for, is be able to do this. So I'm like trying to kept asking him about his kids and shit. He didn't want to talk about anything. I think he just wanted 5 questions about the movie and wanted to go on with his life.
He wanted sleep and sweet relief.
Yeah. So, but anyway, thank you for getting up. So those of you who are listening in, we are talking to Nigel Watson. I always want to go Nigel Watson because Coming to America, Mr. Randy Watson.
I half expect that because you go, right on, James. I kind of expect.
Right. Well, that's actually a Rich thing. So Rich started the right on, James. And what's funny is,
how do you not say right on, James, when you see that name?
So Rodon came to like a bunch of shows on the last Bowling for Soup tour that we did, and he somehow ended up like running into Marco, who's my merch guy and who is a big fan of the podcast. And Marco like freaked out. He was like, "Dude, you're right on, James." He was like, "You're fucking podcast famous,"
Like whenever I see his name, I just say it in my head.
Yeah, right on, James. I know, it's so funny. Like I should do that for him as like a text thing. Like anytime somebody texts him, it just goes, "Right on, James."
Is this whole bit making up for the fact you didn't record his?
Damn it.
Oh my God.
It's like a knife in the back.
I am recording this one, by the way. I did look back. I wasn't looking for a knife. I was making sure that we are recording. Well, very cool. Hey, so we're going to do a thing. It is called 5 Questions. What happens is I ask you 5 questions. Hopefully you get them all right. If you get them right, you win absolutely nothing. And those will be followed up by a 6th question, which will make it 5 questions plus a 6th question. Thus, it makes sense to us. I'm not sure what somebody needs to listen to. I'm going to have Ryan, the intern, when she goes back to do all of the, she's going to go back and archive all the shit we've ever talked about. And I'm going to have her like do a map of how 5 questions has changed throughout time. Like, well, here you guys were accepting bonus questions and there was a super question by Will, and this is where David Murray got 11 points.
And you no longer give Rich's nail clippings away for winning?
I don't give his, no, I don't. No nose clippings or anything. Or
you used to, though.
We used to give away a lot. His toenails.
Yeah.
All of that.
That is true.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Well, all right, let's do this. Question number 1 is a pretty easy one. I would say on a scale of 1 to 5, the panty scene that Sigourney Weaver blesses us with about 9/10 through the movie, was that rate that on a scale from 1 to 5?
I'd say 5.
That's a 5. That is correct. Absolutely correct. It was very, very lovely. If that had been a bonus question, you'd have gotten that wrong because her boobs are not big enough for Rich.
No.
The rest of us enjoyed her just natural body, and it was nice to see the little puff there where she had a little beaver, as we were talking about earlier.
I had a lot of questions about the functionality of those panties.
Yeah, there was definitely no reason for her to have those in space. No reason for those panties in space.
I'll make this comment in the podcast, but
yeah,
future space underwear suck.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
It's not supportive at all.
All of their underwear was ridiculous.
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit because there is you're right on that. Very good. Question number 2 is coming at you. In the movie Alien, when the alien does finally get on the ship, how does it transport itself? How is it brought into the ship?
It comes in through the guy who has it on his face.
That is correct. Absolutely. It has fucking got on his fucking face, and it did not want to get off there.
No.
I think the biological term is face hugger.
He was hugging his face. Seriously, it looked like that little chihuahua on the Donald Trump doll going around the internet, Oh
yeah, that's
just humping the shit out of that thing. All right, question number 3. In England, they say the national dish is what?
Oh, it's got to be a roast.
That is correct. Sunday roast. Sunday roast.
I would have thing. What does that mean?
I would have also accepted curry because you do hear both. But a Sunday roast is they do a nice Sunday roast, and they do peas, and they do a Yorkshire pudding.
Oh,
and
did he just like crave?
He
Yorkshire
just
pudding?
went like that. Like they love that shit over there, man.
So are fish and chips to
I was thinking
England,
fish and chips,
like
yeah.
tacos to Mexico?
They do change like throughout, like how it is, but I mean they're fairly consistent. I mean,
I think he means that they don't really like fish and chips. It's just the thing
like
that
no,
trash
you
house
guys
likes.
Street food.
Fish and
you
chips are
guys
good,
eat fish
yeah,
and
but
chips, right? Yeah,
Sunday roast is the thing.
that's a better thing. Yeah,
Sounds delicious.
absolutely. Sticking in the food category and nothing to do
Do
with
they
the
not
movie.
fry things?
Nothing. They do. Yeah.
Okay, because that sounds better.
Right. The name the grossest thing provided on a full English breakfast.
Oh, that's a tough one.
There's so many options.
So many gross things on a full English
It was.
breakfast.
Well, see, I really hate tomatoes, so for me, it's tomatoes.
But to the general public,
Oh, what's that thing called? I should know this because I'm English.
right? I'm just going to give you a hint. The second word is pudding.
Oh, black pudding.
Black pudding. That is correct.
What's
I
black
know,
pudding?
um,
I don't even know what that is.
That
Pig blood
pudding.
thing.
It's basically
That blood pudding.
Blood
Oh
pudding.
no,
Yeah.
no. We talked
Yeah.
about this before.
Yeah.
Fight Club, right? Wasn't
I
that
will
Fight
say
Club?
though, like if you do like try the beans on toast and like with your eggs and like they give you bacon, but it's like really ham. That shit is good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
They have this thing called
Bacon,
fried
ham,
bread. I
delicious.
can't figure out fried bread. It's not French toast.
It's not fried or bread.
No, it is. I just can't figure out what it
It's
is.
bread, it's fried.
French toast has egg.
Oh, that's probably the deal.
See, I love the blood sausage. That stuff's good.
But Nige
Yeah.
says, fuck the tomato.
So they take baked flour, and then they cover it with flour and fry it.
Flour with the flour and fry it.
Deep fried flour.
What are you talking about? Fried bread?
Yeah,
No, they take like a slice of bread,
which is baked.
Literally,
baked
just stick it
flour.
in a frying pan with a load
and
of
then
oil.
they cover it with flour,
but
and fry
not
it?
like deep fat fry, like fry
Oh.
it. But so it's
Yeah.
basically he's right. It's like French
grilled
toast
cheese
without
sandwich.
the.
It's grilled cheese without the cheese.
It's like I went into McDonald's once and ordered a cheeseburger with no cheese, and they charged me for the cheeseburger, put it in the yellow wrapper, and marked it cheeseburger with no cheese, and gave it to me.
but they have a hamburger.
Yes.
It was a hamburger in the cheeseburger wrapper. And my high school friends thought it was the greatest comedy bit of all time. That one lasted for years. I had people in college going, dude, remember that time on that band trip when you ordered the cheeseburger without the cheese? And they actually just did it? Like, came in the right wrapper and everything. Like, you would think they just hand you a hamburger. It's all the same ingredients. Oh my god.
You should make a Jaret song out of that.
That is a fucking good idea, actually. Like ordering shit that like it doesn't make any sense, you know?
Thank
Like-
you. I'd like to have a producing credit.
Yeah, okay, you could do that.
Awesome.
Nigel, you're solid kicking ass. You've got 4 out of your 5 correct so far. We're going to the 5th and final question.
Okay.
In the movie Alien, it seems that the weapon of choice by the crew of the spaceship
Nostromo.
was what?
Oh, silence.
The weapon of choice.
It is a flamethrower.
That is correct. Absolutely. Flamethrower and tight spaces. We should all do that. All right, now we're going to Mr. Richard Cubert Sanchez Coleman.
Dirty.
For his 6th bonus question.
All right. Nigel.
Rich.
The alien in this movie is called a xenomorph, although they never mention it in this movie.
Nope.
The xenomorph in this movie is a female. If she promised not to use her teeth, would you let her give you a blowjob?
Absolutely not.
That is correct.
She'd use her teeth. She'd use her teeth.
She's a lying bitch.
Would you like to press your luck and go all or nothing with a Will super hard bonus question?
Let's do it.
All right, he's coming in.
In the expanded universe of Alien, how many motion pictures have been made?
How many motion pictures made in the expanded universe of Alien? Man, this is a tough one.
Here's a hint.
Are
You'll
you
never
Nigel?
But wait,
Are you fucking Nigel?
Hold on,
Tim?
wait. He's phoning a friend and asking Tim.
Does the new one count? That's all I'm saying.
I would say
It does.
5, including the new one.
No, go a little higher.
Go a lot higher.
He's saying you can guess again,
Go a little higher.
and that it's higher.
Let's go 6.
A little higher.
Or 7 or 8.
No, go higher. Double that.
Okay, I'm gonna go 12.
No, a little higher than that.
12.
14.
Whoa. 14
14
fucking movies.
Jesus Christ. Yes, he got it right. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. That's insane.
I'm going to take
No.
a little bit of umbrage at this, but we'll talk about it when we get into
Right.
the movie.
You're the umpire?
Yeah.
Nice. Love it. Nigel, you are a true gentleman for waking up at, it's now almost 3 o'clock in the morning there. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday and that we didn't
He works,
make
I
it to
think.
where you're too tired. And
It's been a great start.
I will talk to you probably in a few weeks right here, and I will see you on the Bowling for Soup fan page. And
Okay.
let's give a shout out to the Bowling for Soup fan page while we're at it.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a cool community. If you guys aren't digging on the Bowling for Soup fan page, there's some really, really great people. And
Very
just,
intimate.
yeah, and talking about a lot. I mean,
Very
talking
good.
about a lot, all things Bowling for Soup, but also just other stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone gets on so well.
Yep, absolutely. Nigel, have a fantastic night, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Good night,
Guys, see you later.
Good night.
Bye, Nigel.
Good night.
This is completely enclosed, and it's full of leathery objects like eggs or something.
Like Rich's ball sack.
There's a layer of mist just covering the eggs that reacts when broken.
He fucking falls down.
Yeah.
This movie had to drive your anxiety crazy.
No,
all
it-
the bad decisions they were making.
Well, here's what I wrote down. So I wrote this. So I'm in this cave. It's filled with eggs. So get me the fuck out of here before one of these hatches.
Right.
That's what I wrote down. Like, literally, like, I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here. There's some goddamn fucking eggs down here. Then he shines the light on right there. He's like, there's movement. Again, get me the fuck out of here before whatever happens. I don't give a shit what you fucking drive that motherfucking ship into this ship. Whatever you have to do, get me the fuck out of here.
Well, you have to remember, they are space truckers, right?
Right.
They're like, what are truckers like in real life? They're like meth heads.
What's the song?
Convoy.
Looks like we got ourselves a convoy. We got a great big convoy rolling through the night. We got a great big convoy, ain't she a beautiful sight? I've decided from now on, whenever I sing these kind of songs, because I heard myself do this in a
Previous podcast?
I think sometimes I go like 2 lines too long.
Oh, 2 lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. All right, so but I'm thinking to myself, get me the fuck out of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, this thing fucking hatches. He looks at it. It looks up and then just latches, goes through the goddamn bulletproof glass and latches onto his fucking face.
Because it wasn't fucking alien-proof glass.
Like a chihuahua on a Donald Trump doll. You seen that video on Facebook where the chihuahua is just going to town on its face? And it's I don't give a fuck what side you're on politically. It's fucking funny.
I agree, that's funny.
Oh my
So
God.
The whole design about these face hugger things and what happens to that guy, they were trying to figure out a way to get the alien onto the ship.
Right.
And so one of the guys that were writers or whatever, he's like, well, one of them get fucked. That was like what he said. And then they came up with this whole thing. And it kind of evolved into this, the idea of like male rape.
Right, so he fucked his face.
Right. So they made this alien fuck his face. And they didn't
Just like the chihuahua.
and they didn't
And
want
the Donald
to. They didn't want to make it a female. They wanted to make it a man getting face raped, so the tension would be higher.
It came on his face.
I feel like had it been a female, it would have been like completely different. Like I think
It would have been too much.
your emotions would have been complete. Because honestly, the thing about the way that this all played out is, let's be fair, we didn't give two shits about that guy. We really didn't.
What did that guy even do on
so
the ship?
he gets the
Yeah,
thing
he had
fucking
an awesome
explode
voice,
to him
and
or
that was
whatever.
Yeah, to be
and
honest,
then
they probably only brought him for that reason. Like, that's gonna be the idiot that looks
the
inside the
thing,
fucking egg.
yeah, the thing
we need
comes
somebody
out
to
of
look
his
at some
stomach.
shit that we don't want to go near. Like, we'll just send him.
We didn't miss him once. It's like, and then, because we're getting to the point where, we're like, oh shit, I'm a moviegoer, and we're going to eventually lose Tom Skerritt. I don't know if I can do this.
Literally,
I don't know if I can do it.
I don't know what that guy did. Sigourney Weaver's the security officer.
Mm-hmm.
Ash is the science guy. The two guys are the mechanics. Dallas is the captain, and the other gal was the navigator. What did the other guy do?
Yeah, he's the
Face fucky.
He's the trout line.
Yeah,
He is like it's like when we had when we first were trying to get a record deal, we used to tell Eric all the time, hey, hey, if David Geffen wants you to blow him for us to get a record deal, what are you gonna do? And he'd go, well,
when somebody asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
I give David Geffen the blowjob. He'd be like, That's right, Eric. And this guy was like, fuck it, I'll let this alien fuck my face. I'll be honest. Until the acid started coming out of those things, and I realized I'm getting ahead of myself, they look delicious. They really
Like
did.
little calamari?
They look like little crab legs. You know what I mean? Like it's goodness gracious.
What happened to Kane?
Something has attached itself to him. We have to get him to the infirmary right away.
What kind of thing? I need a clear definition.
An organism. Open the hatch.
Wait a minute. If we let it in, the ship could be infected. You know the quarantine procedure.
24 hours for decontamination.
He could die in 24 hours. Open the hatch.
Listen to me. If we break quarantine, we could all die.
Look, could you open the goddamn hatch? We have to get him inside.
No.
I can't do that, and if you were in my position, you'd do the same.
Ripley, this is an order. Open that hatch right now. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Ripley, this is an order. You hear me?
Yes. I read you. The answer is negative.
In the hatch open.
Okay.
All right, everybody repeat after me. She's fucking right.
She's right.
And also, fuck everybody else?
What's the point of having fucking rules if you're just gonna fucking break the rules?
Let me also ask this. What's the point of her being in control of the door if he's just fucking standing at the door and can hit another key?
Exactly.
She should have been able to fucking override everything and been like, fuck it, we're on lockdown.
Here's the deal. Everyone knows I'm dating a Russian.
Yeah.
Russians and rules.
Mm-hmm.
So in Russia, laws are loose guidelines.
You mean the current Russia or the Soviet
I don't
Union?
know. I don't know.
I don't know what I mean.
All I know
Well,
is
hold on. Let's go back.
all
to
I know is to this Russian.
When is the last time she lived there?
15 years ago.
Okay, so current Russia.
Soviet Union.
No.
Yeah, no, she grew up in Soviet Union. And
No.
she lived there for a few years after
Well, yeah,
the wall was torn
The
down.
Soviet Union fell further back than 15 years. I agree with you.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's
Most of her time there is, but I think that's true. I think that based on the stories that she tells me, all the laws there are loose guidelines.
Yeah.
So when she comes here and I go, "Oh no, we can't do that." She just looks at me like, "What the fuck are
Rich,
you
you
talking
really
about?"
can walk on the grass.
She
Nobody's
literally
gonna
looks
do
at you and
anything
goes,
to you.
We went to go pick up takeout from a Turkish restaurant, which I had never had before. I thought it was delicious, but I'd never had it.
Turkish is good.
that's all they had was turkey.
And she goes, "Just park here." I'm like, "No, we can't park here. This is the valet parking spots where the valets park." And
Yeah.
she goes, No, just park here. We'll be 5 minutes.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, and I'm like, "No." And she made me park there, and I basically felt like a fucking pussy because I didn't want to park there. So I parked
Right.
there,
Rich,
to
don't
not feel
be a
like a pussy.
fucking pussy.
But
Because
like,
what
everything is just loose guidelines to her.
But
Like,
if
there are no
something-
laws.
but
It's
if-
just loose guidelines.
But what happens if somebody says something to her? Like she what? She just
doesn't
acts
matter.
like she doesn't
she'll
understand.
fucking,
It's
yeah,
like-
oh, that's true.
That's what she actually.
she'll
So
like,
it's
what
like,
the fuck? What
so
the
it's
fuck?
like, so
That's
it's like
the difference. Like if
it's-
somebody stops her because she parks in the valet parking, they're
She
gonna be
acts
like,
dumb, right.
She's just a hot Russian girl. Just let her go
She
away.
actually-
Exactly.
But
so
when
it's
you're
like-
driving, you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
It's like when old people walk into Subway. They walk right up to the front of the line.
Or the airport.
Yeah, whatever. Or the airport. It's like, and you know what? And people are like, wait, you know what? And they'll just go, oh, well, we didn't see that. And they just keep going. That's all.
so
It's exactly the same thing.
She definitely
So
does
Rich,
that.
in the bedroom, there's no rules or just loose guidelines.
Oh, thank God, there's only.
Do you know where? Now, this is. I actually do have like quite an extensive education on like Russia and like relations or whatever, and I got all of my stuff from Sting when he said. Mr. Khrushchev said we will prospect you. I don't subscribe to that point of view. Some words here and something to do. If the Russians love their children too. And so I just felt like I knew her when I met her. Right. I was like, dude, I heard that Sting song. It's cool that your mom loves
it's like
you.
You just psychoanalyzed her from that
fucking
one song.
summed it all up in one goddamn fell swoop. The thing is stuck to his face. It's fucking his face. There's a goddamn crab with a boa constrictor for a tail wrapped around his neck and just latched onto that
it's
thing.
It's autoerotic asphyxiation.
And I love the fact that they're just casually just like, how are we gonna get this off?
Well, grab the fucking tail.
And it wasn't just
right.
It wasn't just fucking his face. It was like deep down in his
so
they didn't know that. They didn't know that. No, they could have absolutely grabbed the tail and kept the tail.
They did a weird
X-rayed it. And so the thing is that to me, they were like, it's feeding him oxygen to keep him alive. But I instantly was like,
but if you rip it
and obviously I know what happens, but I'm instantly like, yeah, but he's an incubator. He's a goddamn fucking incubator. And this thing is latched onto there and growing itself inside of him and taking all of the life out of him.
What would be the first thing that you would do? Would you cut one of the 8 legs, or would you grab the tail to keep it from choking him to death? That's obviously wrapped around his neck for a reason.
Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do, and I'm swear to God, I'm not trying to be funny. Do you remember, like, after he dies when they, like, wrapped him in the white shit and, like, launched him out the thing like a fucking slingshot?
Yeah.
I'd have done that right now. Yeah. And been like, you know
swear
what?
to God, you're trying not to be
Swear
funny.
to God. No, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not trying to be funny. I'd have just been, and to his family, I'd been like, no, here's the thing. This thing was fucking his face with the snake wrapped around his, and it was like way into his insides where there was nothing that we could do. We've never seen anything like this or whatever.
Yeah, I would have been like Ripley. I'd been like, that guy's fucking dead.
Yeah, he's dead. The whole point is that what we don't know here at this point is all Ash is trying to do is not let this thing get off the goddamn spaceship.
Yeah.
The company wants it.
Company wants it.
Drives me fucking
Not really
insane.
sure why the company wants it.
For bioweapon.
Yeah, as a weapon.
Don't say anything like that except molecular acid.
Must be using it for blood.
It's got a wonderful defense mechanism. You don't dare kill it.
Yeah, you think? Like, don't stab that thing because it's going to shoot acid on you.
So the whole idea for the acid in the blood came from the fact that they were trying to figure out how they could make this alien be on the ship when they could just shoot it with a gun.
Right.
And they're like, oh, it has acid for blood, and they can't do that. They can't shoot it.
Also, is that the defense mechanism, or is it where it attaches itself to his face and fucks it?
Right. But I don't know why you couldn't just burn it, or why couldn't you have frozen it? Because the voice of reason was the big African-American guy who's like, let's fucking freeze this guy and go home. Fuck it. We'll figure it out when we get home.
And Ash would have got his way.
Yes.
Right.
No, I get that.
Lived.
But everybody else should have said, fuck you, Ash. You're the scientist. This is what we're doing. And here's the other thing. They could have launched him out of the goddamn ship like they did when he was dead. Remember when I said that earlier? Yeah. I'm just reiterating that. And yes, that's what I would have fucking... I'd have been like, dude, I know, man, you were a brave soldier. Yeah. I'm sorry this thing is fucking your face.
Did you notice how when they...
I remember in college when that girl fucked your face, this is way worse. And you got herpes.
Did you notice how that when they lifted off, they were just using compressed air?
Well, it's not as bad at the very end when the engines are just spurting water and light at you.
Yeah. That's true. It was just compressed air. It was like...
like out of your butt tonight. But it doesn't stink. It just smells like air.
Doesn't smell.
So at this point, I took another nap.
So you didn't like this movie, is what you're telling me, or
No,
you were just tired?
I liked it. I liked all the parts I watched. I just think that my version was way better.
So the condensed version.
So I watched the director's cut of this versus the theatrical.
So what would be the difference?
Not a lot. There was a tonal difference. He shortened up a lot of the scenes where they were like wandering on different vistas and different hallways, and they held shots longer in the theatrical version. In the director's cut, he quickened the pace up a little bit and added different scenes to make it a little bit more exciting. But one of the biggest scenes was when Ripley's not going to let him back onto the ship, but Ash lets him on, and then they get him in the med bay. That girl that's the navigator, she smacks the shit out of Ripley.
What?
For not letting him back on the ship. She is so pissed, she just smacks the shit out
Which
of him.
makes total sense, and I will tell you why. Because Ripley had a bloody nose, right?
Yep.
Or was that later? I don't know. She gets
Later.
a fucking bloody nose. God damn it. I didn't fucking solve Alien. We already did it.
I think I would have rather seen the theatrical version because I probably appreciate those longer shots.
I think the longer shots are great. It builds suspense. To me, this is
so it condenses it?
Well,
Makes it shorter?
And then added more to the action stuff.
This is it's a meat and potatoes movie. Again, we go back to the Perfect Pop song.
Did you like the movie?
I liked it. You know, I realize I know why it was popular in 79. I know
79.
Yep, and I know why kids wouldn't be able to watch it today and like be as blown away by it.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to show you this, like, hey, look, they're flying by a goddamn planet, and they'll give you a full 4 minutes.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time just going under the spaceship, or the spaceship flying into space. Even now, it's like, dude, we get that on fucking TV now.
Yeah,
that's a 2001 influence, I think.
Well, and also even when she was going fast at the end, it's still like, okay, this is taking forever. Fuck, you know, it's like you're going fucking light speed or whatever.
Yeah, like unhooking the shuttle from the thing took like 10
Still,
minutes.
this fucking thing bleeds acid, and you're not shooting this guy out the fucking door. Instead, you go rest. And we're just letting him, hey, you better come take a look at this guy, you know, whatever. But I just love the fact that the fucking, the black dude is like, Sarah, he just goes, we got to get out of here soon. This place gives me the creeps. You think there's a fucking alien fucking your friend's face right now?
Fucking your friend's face.
And this place gives you the creeps?
Yeah, space rape isn't a joke.
Yeah, it's not even a thing.
It's a little creepy.
Yes.
Dallas, I think you should come and see Kane.
Has his condition changed?
It's simpler if you just come and see him.
We're on our way.
Okay, so this conversation actually happens twice. So 2 times they're called to go take a look at Kane. So the first time they go, they fucking go in, and it's the deal where they cut the knuckle or whatever, and it's like the acid right. Now this time.
No, they come back and it's off his face, and
that's what I'm saying. So this is the second one. This is the second time. So it's just gone, right? It's just gone, and we just go looking for.
And it's Happy Days again. Yeah. Happy Days, here we come.
No, they're searching for it.
They're searching for it, right?
They're kind of searching for it.
As you're searching for the little thing that rapes your face, let's just leave the hall door open.
Yeah,
exactly. You know why?
And also, shut the fucking door.
Also, let's all go in there and do it, just in case it fucking takes all of us out.
Right.
You know,
all the important people that can fly the ship.
Right.
Yeah. And what the fuck is John Hurt wearing? It's a corset or something. It's like a.
Oh, it's their advanced space underwear.
Oh,
by the way, let's talk about when the opening scene happens and it's on him. It just basically looks like his penis is wrapped in gauze. You know, you could just see like his whole package, and then he just stands up or whatever. And
is it like a toilet paper roll, like Gary Weiss?
It's ill-fitting and non-supportive.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's not good.
I'll never forget that. You said his penis.
It
is
looks like
a toilet
Jaret
paper
forgot
roll.
that.
Oh, Gary Wiseman? Yeah, it looks like a toilet paper roll. Nice. Oh, Marco too. Marco's got the toilet paper roll penis.
Look at Marco.
It's like they're terrifying though when they're like Marco's when it's soft. It literally looks like one of the mushrooms on Mario. You know what I mean?
Wait.
That motherfucker.
I'm about to go on tour with you. Is part of this showing my penis to everybody?
You can if you want. I mean,
No, I don't want.
You're gonna see a lot of dick.
Oh, God damn it!
That's a whole thing. That will definitely happen.
Have you ever seen a Vienna sausage?
Yeah.
That's what.
Me too. Yeah, holy shit, we fucking did it. All right, come see Kane. He's fine all of a sudden. You know, the big scene happens here, right? The thing breaks out of his belly. It's a very famous scene.
So he had an alien stuck to his face.
Right.
Well, it's not anymore. So let's go have some dinner.
Exactly.
They didn't think to do a quick scan
Yeah.
of him before dinner.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely.
Just a quick scan.
I would have definitely scanned him again.
Just a quick scan.
And also, we can quarantine him on the ship. Lock him in a goddamn fucking room or something, right?
Something. Literally just something.
But no, let's take him to the cafeteria.
Slip in a plate of food into a little hole to send it to him. Yeah.
Even little like sleep pods, like just go sleep.
Something.
Also, I'm going to be honest about this something, and I love England, but the last person that needs to be complaining about the fucking food in space is an English guy.
Because
I can't disagree.
because fucking tomatoes.
So they go back and
Roast
see it, whatever.
Sunday.
So this motherfucker comes out this guy's abdomen or whatever, and I actually thought that the acting here was amazing. I thought the shot was really good.
It was good.
Very believable. This is what I remember from the movie
Right,
when I was
sure.
a child.
Everyone.
Well, they didn't tell them that was going to happen.
Okay.
Oh,
So
really?
they knew that the alien was going to be coming out. That the alien was coming out of him, but they didn't tell them that it was going to shoot out of him and blood was going to spray everywhere.
Oh, wow. That's
So
awesome.
the reaction when she gets blood on her face is just like, oh god, that's all real. They're freaked out with the blood got spurted all over them.
That's awesome.
Can we agree on something though? When that little fucker comes out of his stomach, he's kind of cute.
He's a little
You know, he was even cuter in Spaceballs when he goes and does the dance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that was funny.
But, I mean,
Hello, my mama. Hello, my
hello, my
daddy.
baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. But I will say that
He's not that cute. He just looks like a TV penis.
Okay, but the metal teeth ruined it, right? It's just like, wait a minute, you look like you could be really bitey. Let's cut the shit out of this motherfucker, right? Like, who's got a sword?
Phallic.
You know?
The funny thing is it takes off and they're all freaked out and they all kind of look at each other like, well, that fucking sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Did y'all ever hear that movie Teeth?
Why wouldn't
Yes.
you have just run after
The
that
woman
little
with the teeth in
motherfucker?
her vagina.
Yeah, she's got vagina teeth.
But they bite penises off
I'm being serious. Where could the fucking thing go?
anywhere.
No, but why wouldn't you run after
Yeah,
it?
you could quickly catch that, right?
None of them do. They're like, that was crazy.
Yeah, let's all sit here and look at each other.
Yeah, let's not figure out where
And
it went.
then we'll go hunt it.
And Jaret's like, get me the fuck out of here.
No, exactly. I write that again. I write that again a few times later. I'm just like, okay, still, I'm serious. Get me the fuck out of here. Like, if y'all don't want to go on the fucking shuttle, I'll just take the shuttle. I'm good. You guys fucking survive. I'll latch back on.
It houses 4. Who's
Yeah,
the
I'll
other
just
3?
fucking pull up beside you guys and chill.
Who's the other
Ash is a
3?
fucking robot. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the key on?
Micro changes in air density. Give me a demo. See? Again. Gotcha. 2 teams. Ash, Lambert, and I. Ripley, you take Parker and Brad. Now, anyone see this thing or catch it in the net that Parker is holding on his lap? Parker, I don't want any heroics out of you, all right? Catch it, put it in the airlock. Get rid of it. Now, the channels are open on all decks. I want you to communicate. Keep in touch at all times, all right?
Here's my thing. So we're about to go hunting for this thing, right?
Yep.
And I'm actually, I honestly don't know why this isn't an option. Why couldn't they just go back into their pods and just fucking go back to sleep?
And seal the doors.
Why do they have to find it?
Yeah, I don't think that would have ended well because
Why?
Because it turned into a gigantic monster.
But doing what? Waiting for them to come find it and fucking,
That was confusing because it started as like a ferret-sized thing.
Right.
It didn't eat anything.
Well,
and
it ate the insides of that one motherfucker, and then,
then in the next shot, it's like 6 feet tall.
yeah,
And it molted once with like.
yeah.
It definitely confused me as to why it got so huge
So fast.
But you wouldn't have been
It's
saved.
like, oh, you shed your skin. Okay.
Oh,
But
nice.
you're a little bigger now.
Right.
Not
6 feet tall.
60 times bigger.
Yeah. But, going into the pods and hiding or going to sleep and even sealing the doors wouldn't have solved the problem.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is that he could just like bite his knuckle, fucking burn the door off.
That's my point.
See the things that he wants
But
to
is he
impregnate.
that intelligent?
Implant seeds in all the people.
So is that his thing? He's that intelligent to be able
First
to.
of all, not he. It's a she.
No, it is a he.
What? The xenomorph is a he.
Yeah,
but
Well,
it gives
Jesus
babies.
Christ.
No, they're what do they call that when you're a boy and a girl?
Well, there definitely is a queen.
Well, okay, so the life cycle.
Well, wouldn't they just be asexual?
The life cycle of the aliens in the first movie and the novelization of the book is not the same as James Cameron's movie. They're different. In this movie, in the novelization, the life cycle is that the alien cocoons people,
right?
And then they turn into the eggs or whatever, and then the facehuggers, and that's the cycle. There is no queen.
Oh,
James Cameron came up with the queen thing.
Okay. Well, that fits this movie. But as for the whole alien sort of mythos, there is a queen.
Yeah.
Because
right,
every
everybody-
movie from this one on.
Let's
from
relax.
this two
Here's what we're
on-
talking
Not
right
in
now.
Prometheus.
Here's what we're talking about. Right now, we're talking about Alien from 1979.
But yeah, Rich.
And I still don't understand why. I mean, like, so it's intelligent enough to hunt them, but it isn't fucking hunting them. It's hiding and like waiting for them to hunt it.
It literally is just trying to take a nap.
That's true.
I just don't understand why they couldn't have locked themselves in the pod, got into their beds, and just fucking went home. And been like, hey, mother, there's a goddamn fucking savage alien on here. And
Make sure the door stays
hey,
closed.
when we land, could you send some motherfuckers up in here to
They
just
need to go get
exterminate it?
They need a predator.
Yep.
Yeah,
They do need a predator.
Predator on that fucking shit,
For reals.
man.
For reals, though.
Fucking done.
So when I was a little kid, I had the toy, the action figure that was like, I don't know, 10 inches tall, and you could push the back of its head and the mouth came out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck happened to that. I think my dad threw it away.
God, what a dick.
And he didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, he did not want the xenomorph to look like a human, but they just couldn't figure out a way to do it without a human in the suit.
Well, the actual alien in the movie has a skull face behind the clear domey thing on its head.
Yeah.
But Ridley Scott didn't want it to appear as human as that, so he always kind of did side glances and didn't show it head on very much or in bad light. But the toy had a skull face under a clear fucking thing under the
I actually
dome.
thought that was a big thing with this movie. I thought they took a lot of moments and made them to where it was like lighting flickering, and then like it was this where like nothing really happened. It was like the thing jumps on the guy's face and it's just over. We don't really see anything happen to Tom Skerritt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was like.
So in
just-
the version that you watched, did you see John Skerritt cocooned?
No.
Did you see Dallas cocooned?
No.
So in the director's cut, you see him in a cocooned into the wall with
Oh.
some of the other people.
Well, see, that's very the other movies.
Yeah.
That
Interesting.
was a very big part of the other movies.
Well, the
was
interesting
them
thing
being
about that then
cocooned.
is that he cocoons those, but he left the mechanics
to die.
for the one mechanic for dead. I mean, he just left him.
And the other girl.
Yeah, and the other girl. So apparently, what we're talking about is aliens are racist and sexist.
they only like white males.
They like white males, and that's it.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, actually, that's his thing. He wanted to make that clear. I'm just kidding.
He's a Nazi.
Fucking stupid.
Wait, don't let him go!
What the hell are you doing, man?
It's a cat.
Hey, look now. We had to bag it, man. Now we might pick it up on the track again.
I'll
Go and get it, man.
All right, you get him, we'll go on.
Why is there a goddamn cat?
By the way, it can't even catch a cat.
Right. Why is there a goddamn cat?
I don't know. That seems silly.
And also, why is there a goddamn cat that stays away from everybody and runs from everybody? Like, why would you want to have that on there? Like, why is he kept in a little metal box? And
Well, in general, aren't cats assholes?
Yeah, they are.
no, they're beautiful little creatures that, yeah, they're usually total cops.
So two things I don't understand here. One, this tracker thing. Why doesn't it sense them moving around?
She held it right at the guys fixing the lights. Didn't make a noise.
No. I guess it's only tuned for
No, it's
xenomorph.
not. It's tuned for micro air
Do you think that's maybe they were giving us a hint, though? Is that why Ash's arm set it off? Because he's a goddamn fucking robot?
Goddamn fucking robots.
Holy fucking shit, guys. I think we did it again.
Did we solve the movie twice?
We just
So Thing 2, I don't understand.
Thing 2, he's the same as Thing 1. There's this cat in the hat.
They're exactly the same.
And they run around.
What is the fucking deal with this room? With all the chains hanging off the ceiling and the fucking water dripping off of them. What is this purpose of this room?
I thought the same thing. Like, where is this moisture coming from? And what is...
First of all...
Also, when you're walking around and, like, there's already deadly acid fucking seeping through, like, different levels, like, maybe just don't go stand under the first thing dripping through the ceiling.
Also, can I just say this?
it.
Like, what in any life situation, like, if this ever happened to us, like, we were, like, there's 5 of us in here. The 5 of us are in a cat. Well, Casey doesn't like it. And a Yorkie. So there's 5 of us in Allie, okay? Like, let's not split up all the time. That's fucking stupid.
Stop splitting.
They fucking, as soon as they split up, I was just like, well, that motherfucker's dead.
And if you're looking for something that could be anywhere, turn your hat brim backwards.
Why?
Because he couldn't see above him. The fucking thing was above him. He's got his hat on.
Right.
It's like you can't see what's up there.
Right.
That's why I always wear my hat backwards.
Right. I just thought you liked to show off the UFC
No,
logo.
I got to see Xenomorphs from above.
Yeah.
This air shaft may work to our advantage here. It leads up to and comes out in the main airlock. All right, there's only one big opening along the way. We can cover that up, and then we drive it into the airlock and zap it into outer space.
This son of a bitch is huge. I mean, it's like a man. It's big.
Yeah, the motherfucker was big, like real big. It fucking got enormous. And it has to be the fastest growing goddamn fucking thing in the history of life.
How did those 2 people know it was big? They didn't see it. There was no scene where they saw it.
Wait.
No, I think they did. I think they saw it attacking.
No, you saw the extended edition. It might have been in that edition.
I think they did, actually.
No, they did not. I rewinded like 3 times. He gets killed, and they cut to this scene. And then all of a sudden, it was big. They never saw it in a visible scene.
I think I remember in the director's cut, you see it grab him up, and they saw that.
They were not in any room that saw that in the normal theatrical
version.
All right. Well, now here's the thing, and so after this, now they're devising a plan. Now the main focus of the main thing they do is what, guys? Fucking split up. Let's all split up again, so that more of us can fucking die.
And what's the deal with Dallas through this whole movie? Is he high? Is he smoking pot?
You know what he's doing?
He's so chill. He's like, okay, I think we'll fucking go down here and.
It's kind of chill, isn't he?
Maybe you'll get killed, and I'll do it. I'll go down.
It's Tom Skerritt as the singer for Alabama, and he's just like,
did you guys
shoes and you throw them on the floor, dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night, singing roll on family, roll on along, roll on highway till you get back home.
Is that more than 2 lines?
I was about to say, how many lines over is
God damn it, that was 2 different songs. I was trying to show my fucking reach.
So did you guys notice that this ship was actually owned by Purina Dog Chow?
Dude. Yeah. What did I say?
Was I
right when no, you just go, I don't know what you mean or whatever. I said the same thing.
I couldn't figure out what the fuck you were saying.
I said it right off. Right? Like right when it started, I just go, this is fucking weird. Like, why is it owned by Purina Dog Chow? I fucking said exactly. God damn it.
I asked him twice
Do
what
you know
he said,
what's funny?
And then I decided to
and then I didn't write it down because I was just like, well, fuck, man, she's not going to get the joke. But holy shit, yes. And it was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, all over
all
the
the doors had the Purina Dog Chow.
So Tom Skerritt is in the room of secret fucking, and he's talking to Mother, and he's like, hey, what are my chances? Does not compute. So
and they're like, don't tell your other brothers and sisters, but
obviously we know he's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He's going to fucking die.
He's going to die.
I can't believe it took him so long to kill off that super annoying girl.
So, she sees it. Third junction. Here's a big problem I have with this movie. Now, I liked it, by the way. I thought it was very good. Meat and potatoes. Here's a story.
Yep.
This thing is out there. It lands here. It's got an alien.
Okay.
Here's the problem. Let's get rid of it. She survives. Fuck it. Hey, we're set up for a sequel. We've done it again. All right. A flamethrower in small areas that are literally all just little computers and little cards and in everywhere you turn seems like the worst weapon of all time.
The worst.
I can't think of anything. I think it's a bazooka. Maybe would have been worse.
You can't not pump oxygen into this small space.
Well, also, fire eats oxygen.
That's what I'm
eating
saying.
the air. And pure oxygen is flammable.
Pure oxygen is super flammable.
It's fucking the worst
That's what you
idea
would be
in the
pumping
world.
in there.
Yeah.
But maybe if they solved that problem.
I think they're mixing it with Jaret's fart. So.
Well, that could be. Actually, as a farter in 79, I was probably pretty good. I was probably leaving a lot of streak marks on my little whitey tighties that I got from Hanes.
That's why you need to wear brown ones.
So she says, hey, it's coming for you. Can you imagine that? Where you're just like, well, I don't see it. Well, no, it is. It's coming for you right there. And he's like, are you sure? He reaches down and there's slime right there or whatever. And you just got to be like.
It's KY jelly. They use KY jelly for that.
Did they really use that for KY jelly?
Let me show you the contrast.
So the alien could have butt fucked one of them and made it.
Well, I mean, he's at least, helping it out.
Right? He's trying not to. No chafing.
Let me give you the contrast of his reaction to that news as opposed to my reaction to the news.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
It's right there. It's got to be right there. Oh my God! Now I see it. It's coming for you. What? And this is his.
That's
reaction.
his reaction.
Whoa, what?
Because he's high. He's high.
I don't see anything. And then my reaction is, hold shit! I'm out. I mean, I'm gone. I'm fucking gone.
Go back.
Where do you go?
I literally go anywhere but right where I am at now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably with the way I came.
And he starts to do that because she says, get out of there.
He doesn't really.
Right when she says, get out of there, it's like, hey, we'll see you later, Tom Skerritt. See you on that show that you do with Jim Carrey's wife, and you're a police officer later.
What's
in life?
What's up with the sphincter doors?
Sphincter doors that
they don't close all the way.
Yeah, they could get a gerbil in there though.
I mean,
it's a Richard Gere thing from.
But they never close. They never close all the way.
Yeah, that's true.
So the discrepancy that I have here is this kill again. So Will points out that on the director's cut, they cocoon him because the guy says no blood, no Dallas, no nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just no remnants of him at all.
In the director's cut, Ripley finds him all cocoon. He's like, kill me. And then she fucking flamethrowers him.
That happens in all the other movies.
And aliens, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking kick-ass. So so then they decide hey, you know what? Let's get into the goddamn fucking shuttle and get the hell out of here, right? Let's go. And it's like, well, it won't hold 4. And she goes, let's draw straws. And the dude just goes, I ain't drawing no motherfucking straws. He's like, fuck.
It's 1979. He's getting
so
a
badass motherfucker.
No, I know, but here was his idea. Let's split up again. And so they do. And they all fucking split up, and Sigourney Weaver loses her fucking shit. She tells Ash, she's like, you just keep doing what you're doing. And he's like, what's that? She's like, nothing, because you're fucking the worst. And then she's fucking got the access to Mother, and then she finds out that the crew's expendable, and the organism is the priority. And at that point, I felt like the movie was like War Games, where I was reading too much.
Until creepy Ash is standing right
didn't
next to
even
him.
notice that happened. When he tells her that later. Oh, did she know that?
Oh, she
already?
read the whole thing. Yeah,
I didn't.
So
I
she
can't
essentially,
read.
it told her when she tried to get into the computer, it said only scientists can get in here,
Right.
only people,
Science officer
only. So she fucking cracked the code, and it told her everything. Basically, you're expendable.
Well, if it was reading, then that was probably mine.
So he finds her or whatever, and he beats the shit out of her. Like you just
try to shove that magazine in her mouth.
Yeah. What was with the nudie mags?
What's going on with that?
What? No. Whose pod was that with the nudie mags and just all the girls?
I think it was
stuff?
Ripley's.
Oh,
Was
that
it a
makes
nudie mag?
that makes a lot of
I
sense.
didn't notice it was a nudie.
What's
He
up
was,
with
he was just going with the theme of face fucking.
Yeah, what's up with this movie's about mouth rape?
There was fucking. We fucking saw We've never had the hat trick. We fucking did it.
What was your special order?
Bring back life form. Priority 1. All other priorities rescinded.
As a damn company. What about our lives, you son of a bitch?
I repeat, all other priorities are rescinded.
How do we kill it, Ash? There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't.
Bullshit.
You still don't understand what you're dealing with, do you? Perfect organism.
So when I saw this, this clip was written out for me, and I swear to God, I thought it said "perfect orgasm."
Okay, wait, back it up again. 'Cause
Okay.
It sounds like so. She says, "How do you kill it?" And he says, "You cunt." Listen.
Oh, he does say that. He does say "you cunt."
Back it up.
Kill it, Ash. There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't.
Well, Ash looks like he just left a gangbang bukkake party.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So maybe it was the perfect orgasm because I looked at it, I'm just like, it doesn't look like anything happened to him other than just all the semen. It's just jizz fucking soaked Ash. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to fucking kill a robot, just send him into a room of bukkake and they will fucking bukkake the shit out of that motherfucker. Didn't it look like that?
It totally
And you would
looked
think,
like
you
that.
know that was like Elmer's glue and fucking milk and
All
shit.
started with
Just-
the nudie mags.
Yep, that's the thing. So Parker turns around and he just flamethrowers the shit out of that motherfucker. Just burns him up. It's the best decision that happened the whole movie
Finally.
because it was like,
That dude should be the captain.
let's
Yeah.
get rid of all of the stuff. Like all of the shit that's bad, let's get rid of that.
Right.
So we can go home. We're 11 months from home. You know
Right.
he could fucking, like, a lot could happen in 11 months. He could lose some weight.
Someone could have a baby.
He could gain some weight.
Back in the 70s, they were still fucking super racist. They should have let the black guy be the captain.
Yeah, because he's not a jive
Well,
turkey.
they made up for it in Prometheus, right?
Right.
With Idris Elba.
Yes. I got it.
Yeah, you got
Why do you guys keep, so what is this Prometheus? And also, was that really a movie?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like, I don't know even how to spell that. You don't?
I took a couple tries.
Yeah, okay, that's
my
fine.
notes.
I think
Yeah.
there's a P in there somewhere.
I actually don't know how to spell the word calendar. I fuck it up
I do
every
too.
single
I
time.
mess up calendar.
The A's are on the outside, the E's in the middle.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it. Counseling.
Schedules
I don't
are
know how
hard
to
to
say schedule. I know. how to
Restaurant is impossible to spell.
Restaurant is
No
impossible.
one knows how to spell
Do you
it.
know how to spell tomorrow?
I can spell
Tomorrow's fine, but restaurant is literally no one on the planet knows how to spell
It's
restaurant
all ant.
except
Restaurant.
for word.
They use in the wrong place. I can't spell February either.
You two go down, get all the coolant you can carry. I'll get the shuttle ready. I'll give you about 7 minutes. Come back up here, I'll shut the switches off and we'll blow this fucker off into space. Ready?
Take care of yourself.
7 minutes.
I felt
Again.
like for 1979. Stop splitting up. Well, first of all, stop splitting up. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like that ship has sailed by now. It's just like,
Jesus
hey,
Christ.
anytime somebody dies, let's just all regroup and then ungroup. But for 1979, like, she swears a lot in this movie. There's a lot of fucks, fuckers, goddams, all of it, right?
Well, they should have said a lot more fuck that cat, that fucking cat. No, I'm not going to go looking for that fucking cat. That fucking cat
She
can
didn't
just
go
die.
looking for the cat, did she?
She did.
She totally did.
In this scene,
No, she
right
wa-
after this clip, she goes looking for the fucking cat.
That's why she was split up?
Yeah, no, they split up.
'Cause
And
they
then
were
she
supposed
was
to be
doing
getting-
her job, and they were doing their job.
They were
and then
supposed to be
she
getting the-
stopped doing what
okay.
she was
All
doing
right.
to go look for the cat.
All
I
right,
told
that-
Jared, I said to him, I was like, why is she looking for the cat?
Yes.
He goes, she's not looking for the cat. And she's walking around going, meow, kitty, kitty, kitty. And I'm like, it looks like she's fucking looking for the cat. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but
I kept thinking, though, that it was like she had heard something
That cat
and thought it was the cat.
would have never looked for her. Let's just put it that
Yeah.
way. That fucking cat would have left her to die.
I mean, the fucking alien knew what was up with the cat. He was like, "Fuck you," and just
By the way,
shoved that thing across the floor.
I thought that they should have had something super important sitting on a shelf that they needed, or otherwise they would have died. And then the cat walked up and was just like
pushed it off,
pushing it off the ledge.
Yeah.
Your pantomime is bad radio.
Like fucking, like
just kind of slowly
just Garfield the
pushing
shit out of it. Like Odie's just sitting down there with his tongue wagging, like, oh boy.
I thought that was
Jonesy. No, Jonesy.
It's the fucking end of the movie. It just says Mondays. You know, be the fucking end of that thing. Now, Jesus Christ, we've sent Rich into a fucking fit.
Fucking Monday.
Yes.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
No, so
Mondays.
did anyone? You had to have noticed that the shuttle resembled what very, very famous ship? It resembled the Millennium Falcon.
No,
not even a little bit.
Not even close.
I wish I was a nerd.
It looked more like Battlestar Galactica shit.
Yeah, like a
Flattened out.
Cylon ship. Yeah.
You guys are such fucking dicks. Do you guys pride yourself on being able to out nerd me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not a nerd. You're a rock star.
Yeah, you're a
Oh, good for you.
I am a fucking rock star, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let us have a little bit
Hey,
of fucking
Jared,
something.
just own it.
Jesus.
The fuck do I care? I'm fucking famous.
Why do you have to be everything, Jared?
Jared, you're famous. Just finally own it.
But he's like the podcast version of like the jock in school. He's like, didn't it look like that? Y'all are like, no. And he's like, fuck you, nerd. Like, you know, like because he wasn't right.
Thanks for the uplift, man.
Casey, can you please exit stage left? We'd like to see you outside of the building. You can just,
Sounds like a stripper.
there's a very important meeting outside of the building that Casey needs to attend.
You
That
hit
was
the
awesome.
D too, like attend.
Mother! I've turned the cooling unit back on! Mother!
Ship will automatically destruct in T-5 minutes.
You bitch!
So here's my thing, and I really didn't understand this, and I'm hoping maybe, Will, you can explain this to me.
I'm sure I will be able to.
So I don't understand why she went in there to put the ship on self-destruct. Then she goes out, everybody's dead. What's the point in not making the ship self-destruct at this point? Why does she need to stop it?
She doesn't have enough time. She needs more time.
Time to do what? Like activities? Like
Yeah, to get the cat to
She
fucking.
fucking wasted all her goddamn time getting the
Cat.
looking
goddamn
for the
cat.
cat. Yeah.
Here's my biggest problem with this scene. She's talking to Mother like Mother responds to voice commands.
But apparently not.
Why is there a fucking typewriter in the fucking disco room?
Right.
Well, Mother does respond to voice commands in certain areas, right?
But sometimes you just gotta type your message.
You got a finger.
Like
it
I can use my phone as a phone device.
You got to
or
finger it a little.
I can text it.
Finger it a little.
Yeah.
But
I don't
Jarrett's computer is never a touchscreen.
As soon as
That is definitely true. I just, again, I really didn't understand. I didn't understand what it was she was looking for. Everybody's dead. Like, just go.
she didn't know that the other two were dead.
Why would the company build this elaborate self-destruct mechanism into the ship?
Well, I think it would be because just in case. I mean, I guess there you would get into
In case of face rape?
somebody trying to steal the ship, rape someone's face, steal someone's cat.
It does seem a little silly.
It does.
It's because of the fucking cat, isn't it?
Maybe they saw Star Trek. It was very necessary.
Well,
in Star
so
Trek.
now,
Fucking
anyway,
Star
she
Trek.
finds the goddamn cat. You know, they think they're safe in the pod, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to go to sleep. So
What's the first thing I say?
what did you say?
That thing's fucking in there with her, isn't it? Like the
Yeah,
second they
of
walked in
course.
there.
And yeah, that seems pretty obvious.
It was.
We get the gratuitous panty scene.
Those panties do not cover her ass.
No, they seem not realistic to serve a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, what is the purpose of that
They
underwear?
don't seem like comfortable astronauting underwear.
I'm gonna be honest. I was born in 72. In 79, I was probably like, oh, there's a girl in her pants. But probably 82, I was probably like, can you guys please press pause on this and leave the room? So I have to ask this, and the thing that I didn't understand about this scene, was it stuck in the door? Because, you know, when she goes over and it reaches out for her, like...
No, Rich knows the answer.
Why can't it move?
It's taking a nap.
It just wants to take a fucking nap.
It's just looking for a place to sleep.
Maybe it's tired of killing everyone and it wants to take a nap.
No, is there really no answer for this?
Maybe it wanted off that fucking
Why is
crazy
it not
shit.
like...
To me, it's like it's taking a fucking nap.
Why
Jesus
doesn't it immediately just try to kill her?
I mean, what,
Yeah,
what do we
she
all do
makes
after
noise.
we eat?
Maybe he was just tired of people trying to fucking
Fuck.
kill
Oh,
him. And
if-
he's like, hey, you're
Fuck,
right. Let's
fuck,
get moving.
and then nap.
Let's get out of this
The
fucking
black
crazy
guy
shit.
was a jive turkey. Turkey has tryptophan in it, which made him feel tired, and that's why he took the nap.
That is super racist.
We just saw.
No. Rich.
I
No.
made it.
The fourth time.
No, Rich. No.
No.
Damn it.
No, so
Was that
I can't,
premature?
I can't tell
I feel
you.
a little silly
I
now.
can't tell you how many times I've like walked into a situation and tripped a fan out.
Is that when you walk into someone having sex?
That's pretty awesome. Only you could tell that in this scenario.
All right, so we're gonna go to our new segment. It's called "Would You Do Her?" I assume we're going with Sigourney Weaver. Rich, would you do her?
God, no.
You're an idiot.
No, I would not do
You're
that.
a fucking idiot.
No.
What about the other girl?
She's shaped like a boy. No, I don't know.
How is she shaped like a
Did we
boy?
even talk about
She
the
has
other girl
no
dying?
butt. She has no boobs. She's like straight as a board. I don't know.
I don't
does
know that
nothing. She does
Remember,
nothing
Rich
for me.
doesn't even like masturbate. So
I really don't anymore.
You don't masturbate anymore?
No.
It's time consuming, right?
No, it has nothing.
It's hard to fit it in between all the sex she's having.
Yeah, that's
You know why I don't masturbate anymore?
Why?
Best Fiends. I fucking love that game. I can't fucking help it.
It's true.
Baby, I love you so much. I know I just set you up for the greatest fucking spike of all time. And
I'm moving on.
I appreciate you not doing that to me. And I'm gonna fucking take it off my phone. And I love you very much. And we'll just go here. That's what this is.
It's not a touchscreen.
God.
Final report of the commercial starship Nostromo. Third officer reporting. The other members of the crew, Kane, Lambert, Parker, Brett, Ash, and Captain Dallas are dead. Cargo and ship destroyed. I should reach the frontier in about 6 weeks. With a little luck, the network will pick me up. This is Ripley, last survivor of the Nostromo. Signing off.
Would you have done her in Ghostbusters?
No. I have zero attraction to her.
Here's the thing about you. I feel like you approach these things like you have a chance. You need to take yourself.
Oh, I should just do whatever
I'll
comes
be
to
honest,
me.
before my mom goes, what movie are y'all watching? And I was like, Alien. She's like, oh, I love that movie. And then she goes, well, how do you say her name?
Sigourney
Weaver.
She just goes, she's super ugly.
Yeah.
My mom just said that. And she doesn't say that about people. And I just
Wow.
go, really?
Yeah.
I said, what about in Ghostbusters? And she was like, no, I mean, I don't think so. Like, I just don't
Do you
think she's very
think
pretty.
you think Susan Sarandon is ugly?
No.
No.
But see, I just think that
Not
they,
young Susan.
I think that. Oh
young.
Jesus fucking
Even
Christ.
now, she's beautiful.
I opened that goddamn fucking can of worms, didn't I?
I mean, young hers. I think she's super
Young her.
Yeah.
So
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
here's what I think about Sigourney Weaver. If I was single and she wanted to be my girlfriend, I would say yes.
Okay.
Because she'd be asking you.
Yeah, if she said, "Will,
would you like to be my boyfriend?"
If she invited you to the Sadie Hawkins dance.
I think she absolutely should be a star. Like the look of her is intriguing. I like to see it on screen. It's not something I don't want to date.
We're not asking about dating.
I'm just saying.
Would you throw her a bone?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, so we have like a discrepancy here. So dating does it mean doing for you?
I've had to explain this to him for a long time.
it doesn't.
It doesn't?
It does not mean. It doesn't mean the deed.
Okay. So does dating mean doing?
Dating
Like,
usually
I would
leads
say-
to doing.
I would
but
say
not-
like a boy I dated, blah blah blah. Like when we were first dating, anytime I said that, like he translated it to a boy
Yeah,
that I blew.
But you're so young. A boy I'm dating includes high school, so that doesn't include sex.
You dated a boy
Maybe
in
not
high
for
school?
you.
Jared's opening a bill.
I was trying to throw you a bone.
So you dated a boy in high school? Did you swallow when he fucked your face?
Did you look like Ash after his head got cut off?
That was most of my parties. Were
Yeah.
Ash.
It's good for the skin.
Yeah.
Well, Jesus Christ.
14
Let's
movies.
check the email box. Email us at jaredgoes-to-the-movies@gmail.com.
Tommy Barnes, right?
Oh no, not my coworker.
Yes, your coworker. Holy shit! I'm so glad you guys did Shaun of the Dead. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. The key to this movie is repetition, and not just the lines that are repeated throughout the movie. I mean, you need to watch it multiple times to see the depth of it. So in regards to the repeated lines, there are a lot of obvious repetition, like everyone telling Sean, "You've got red on you." But there's lines when Sean and Ed are playing a shooter game that are repeated during the scenes where they're shooting zombies in the bar. It's repeated word for word, but by different characters. I didn't even catch any of that.
No.
There's a connection to the kid talking to his friend on the phone in the shop where Sean worked, the fuck-a-doodle-doo scene with Pete and Sean, and the phone call Ed gets while they're walking through the crowd of zombies. Sean and Pete are talking about Ed selling weed. The kid mentions munted. He bought a Henry, and he'll call the guy to get more. Later in the movie, when Ed gets a call, Sean slaps the phone out of his hand. The person who called is the kid from work, calling Ed for more weed. So basically, Ed is the kid's dealer. The girl in the garden is a checkout girl from the beginning of the movie. It may be just that they were working with a small budget, but the voice on the video game, Player 2 has entered the game, Player 2 has left the game, is the big dude who plays Pete. And the voice on the phone when Sean is trying to get a reservation is done by director Edgar Wright, trying to do an Italian accent. Sorry for the long email. There's so much more, but I'll stop there. You guys are awesome. Thanks again for all you guys do. Cheers, Tommy.
Totally get that, man. You know what? There's a few of those that I picked up on, the weed dealer thing for sure. Couple of the other ones that I think but it's my first time through that one. I would 100% watch it again 5 more times and
good movie.
You know, I did not catch, but that's such an interesting one because now that I'm picturing in my head the cashier, because it's like when they're zombies before they're zombies. It's when they're zombies because it's just every day is mundane.
Mundane.
And then she's like the zombie. The thing, it makes total sense. And I doubt it's because of the budget. The budget for the movie was actually pretty good, and they turned it into a really good moneymaker. God, I love that movie, man. I would watch that again in a heartbeat.
Thanks for pushing my code, Tommy.
Irene writes, and she clarifies that it's Irene, not Irene. That was one that you were having problems with the other day. Anyway,
sorry.
Irene Reed writes, "Hey guys, y'all are amazing. I'm a big time movie buff and so glad Marco Molina shared a post of yours on Facebook. I've been listening faithfully since 51st Dates episode. Excited to be supporting you guys." She's a new supporter.
You think she's going to think it's weird since she knows Marco that we talked about his penis on this episode?
Maybe. But
He'll be fine.
This just goes to show you guys, share the post because that's how people find us.
Absolutely.
And start listening. So
And that's
share
how you
away.
can find out about your friend's junk.
It means the world to us, though, too. I mean, we just love doing this show.
Yeah. Also, I have to mention that we got our first strike on YouTube copyright. They dinged us for I disputed some copyright claim that they had twice. And they dinged us and gave us a strike, and I had to watch a video in order to re-enable our account.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
So if they go, hey, this is copyrighted material you have on your video, you can't play it. We're going to monetize for someone else, or we're going to deny that you can even have the video on. I can dispute that and say this is fair use, which everything we have ever done has always been fair use,
Right?
Because we're playing tiny clips and we're referring to it and talking about it in a news discussion commentary sort of way.
Right.
Literally everything falls under fair use for us. So I usually dispute it and they say, okay, it's fine. And if they say no, the second time they'll say, no, we really mean it. This is our material. You can't use it. Then I dispute it again and then it goes through. This last time I did it twice and they again said no. And so they blocked our account. So for now on, I'm just going to fucking delete it from YouTube. They give you the opportunity of just deleting that portion, and so it's just a big blank.
And how many people are listening to us?
If we get 3 strikes, they get. Well, I mean, like some episodes are thousands, some episodes are 20. So I mean, I don't know. YouTube kind of sucks. I don't really like it, but
Right.
some people listen to it on there. I don't know, but anyway, I'm not. So if you're listening on YouTube and there's a big chunk missing, go listen on our podcast. Don't listen on YouTube.
Right. We're on iTunes or we're on Podbean. We're on pretty much everywhere where you would
Anywhere
listen to.
else you can find it, yeah.
To a thing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for putting up with that. I really don't give two shits.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah,
I'm
whatever.
just going to delete it from now on.
Yep. That's what you should do.
Also, I noticed that you did a little Kerrang video. I think we talked about it on the pre-show.
Yeah.
You did a little Q&A on Kerrang, which was really cool. I liked it a
thanks.
lot. You mentioned that when you were on tour that it was really hard to find places to poop, and that scares the shit out of me now.
Oh boy.
Don't let it scare the shit out of you if you can't find
that's
anywhere.
true.
Yeah, we probably should have let you in on that before you agreed to go.
Yeah.
Where is there not places to poop for
Well,
real?
there will be a festival, so there will be porta potties.
Because I'm the kind of person that will literally hold it all week.
Then you're good.
Yeah, you're set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't feel comfortable about it.
It'll
I
be
just will
fine.
do it.
Don't eat a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat a lot of cheese. Doesn't that stop you
All
up?
right, so I need supporters to email me and tell me where good places to poop in the city are.
Well, we were in a festival, though. It's not really going to be.
Well, I'm gonna go somewhere else besides just the festival.
Rich, I like when you drink. Casey, I love you so much. Will, you're the best.
Thanks,
Tim,
man.
it is so good to have you in studio.
I love being here.
We're going to miss you so very much, man. I will see you in Seattle before you can say,
When are you going to be there?
ow.
I'll be in Portland in June.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh,
just
yeah.
fucking burped up something and then it went in my nose and I almost passed out. And I'm so very sorry to myself about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the social medias, as we like to call them. Find us on the web at JaretGoesToTheMovies.com. We are also at Jaret Movies on Twitter and Instagram. My name is spelled Jaret, by the way. Suggest and vote for future episodes on Reddit at @JaretGoesToTheMovies. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and everything else by searching Jaret Goes to the Movies. You can follow me on everything at JARET2113. Rich is freaking everywhere at Rich Coleman TX. Rich Coleman TX. And Casey, my lovely wife, CAS. God, it's so fucking hard to say. CAC them.
Casey Yant.
I'm your wife, right?
Casey Yant. CASEY Yant. And then Will with one L, Will Vark.
That's not the hard part.
Find him.
Every week he does that.
Do what?
You spell out Casey and then you say Yant, but nobody understands Yant. Like they always hear
There's-
like,
Yant's
they hear
not a
like
thing.
G's and N's and E's and Yant.
Same with Vark. Vark is like Aardvark without the Ard.
Yeah. Yant's like nothing. No one, I've never even heard that name
It's a
before.
fucking fake name. I'm sure it is.
Yant.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much.
Fuck, you already said that.
Thanks so much for listening.
I like you more than a friend.
We'll see you down the road.